diagnosing diseases and issues in health is a huge issue when you have to send it to a lab. Well, Sophie, you have a solution here at CEA. Why don't you tell us what we're looking at this little lens-free microscope?
Yes, so indeed we have a solution. So this is a small microscope. It is a non-conventional microscope because it's not exactly like a conventional microscope. So if I had only 3 words to describe this system, I would say that it is smaller, simpler, and smarter. Smaller, you can see, it's very small. And why is it so small? Because we have removed the lens from this system. So we do not have any objective inside the system, and you just have a LED and a CMOS sensor, and we have replaced the lenses by a reconstruction algorithm. So it is smaller and it is also simpler because, as you can see, if this is the sample that I want to analyze, I just have to put it at the top of the CMOS sensor, and thereafter there is no need to adjust the focal distance between the object and the objective, since we do not have any objective, and we can directly see on the screen the results of the test. So here, for example, you can see that the algorithm have detected that we have cell culture, and we can analyze all the different population of cells that are visualized on this image. So, for example, for point-of-care application, we are able to detect and classify how much red blood cell and how much white blood cell we have inside the sample. And if we consider cerebrospinal fluid, we can count the number of white blood cells, and so that we can detect if there is a risk of meningitis or not.
That's huge, because now suddenly you don't have to have that delay of going to a lab and so forth. You can immediately diagnose something like meningitis, right?
Yes, it can be done directly at the bedside. The sample does not need to be sent to the laboratory, and for the physician it can be of great help so as to have the result very quickly.
And it sounds like it's something that you wouldn't need really specialized training. Basically, a medical professional could do this themselves, right?
Yes, it's very simple. As you have seen, I just have to take my sample and thereafter put it directly on the system. So very simple. And it is also completely automated, so it is a non-dependent measurement. It does not depend on the operator that made the measurement.
It's supposed the other part of this is the artificial intelligence in the background to identify these things, right?
Yes, there is artificial intelligence algorithm directly inside the system, so as to make the classification, so as to make the detection, also as to count the objects that are visualized on the image that is acquired.
So when do you see this going into production? Are you going to license it, or how does that work?
So at the moment there is still a commercial product for bioproduction application with our French partner Iprasens, and for point-of-care analysis, for example meningitis applications, it is something that will be, I hope, that will become a commercial product very soon.
I assume you have to go through a lot of approval process?
Yes, of course, this is the next step to have the FDA approval, but it will be a long way to obtain it with a lot of tests that has to be done.
Well, it can't get here fast enough because it sounds like it save lives and get diagnosis much faster. So great work, Sophia.
Thank you very much.